Welcome, everyone, to episode 101 of 1 Hour, 1 Decision. I am Chris.
And I am Tom.
And we take 60 minutes and play a random game on Xbox Game Pass and decide how fortuitous. This is Exo One on 101.
The only thing more fortuitous would be if we were playing a game about Dalmatians.
Yeah, that would have been better. But in this episode, we're going to be talking about Exo One by Exbleative. And this game came out back in November of 2021. So not too long ago.
No.
And I play this on the PC. It was a meager 3.37 gigabytes on the PC. Tom, what about you?
Can we figure it out? Why is it 3.9 gigabytes on the Xbox One?
I don't know.
Why is it bigger?
Xbox doesn't respond. Doesn't respond to my tweets. So, it is what it is. We'll figure it out maybe one day.
They're saving. They're shaving these memory and they're doing something with it.
They're being all shady about it, though. Why, Exbleative? Why? Why must you do this? But, Tom, what kind of game is this?
Oh, boy. I put exploration, then I put mystery, and then I was like, is it just art? It's one or all three. You decide.
Yeah, absolutely. I put down third person, chilled out, sci-fi, physics adventure.
Ooh.
There's a little bit of physics involved in this game.
Yes.
I just threw it all in there. Like you said, like you did. You put some words together. I did the same thing. I was like, all right. So
yeah, I hesitated to put the word game at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in a way, you could talk about that. But
yes.
Speaking of that game, what about that game loop?
Roll and fly toward the light to get launched to the next planet.
Yeah. I basically said the same thing. Get to the blue light and figure out what the heck is going on.
You leaned a little bit heavier into the mystery element there.
Yeah. Well, hey,
you left the mystery. You left the mystery out of what game it was, so that you could drop it in the game loop.
Yeah. Because it is part of that. I feel like it was part of that game loop. Because
I mean, it definitely is.
What the heck? What the heck is going on? But before we get into that, let's get into what we like about this game.
Well, I'll start off by saying the game teaches the controls in a simple way. I appreciate it when games do that. Thank you very much, designer of this game.
Yeah. What else did you like about it?
I didn't know if we wanted to go back and forth.
Well, I mean, you can, but I'm in complete agreement with you. It was literally, you don't really use many controls in this game.
No.
It's the triggers and the left stick, and you have the A button to do a double jump. That's about it. Because I did play it on the controller. I didn't know how I would feel about playing this with the mouse and keyboard. It'd probably feel less fun, I would think.
Yeah, I want to put out that the games are weird. I mean, the game controls are weird initially, or at least they were to me, but they quickly became intuitive. So that stayed in my likes. Like I was like, what's going on? Oh, I got it. And that's good because you can't change them, or at least you can't change them on the Xbox One. So
no, you can't. The only thing you could change was just like on the PC anyway, is like the visuals and the audio. I mean, I guess technically you could change the controls being that one using the controller or the mouse and keyboard. But if you play this game on mouse and keyboard, you're a psycho. So that's another thing.
I would think you probably are deranged in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. I have to say that the visuals in this game are very nice. It's, even though you're going to some random planets and stuff like that, there's something nice about what you're seeing. Even though, like, I think where I ended off was the level that looked like hell. I think for a bit it was like the volcano level.
Yep. I was on
That was
Molten Planet
yeah,
Mustafar.
yeah, right. And that was a little terrifying, but it still was pretty. You know, the weather effects were pretty cool. Like especially you like when there was rain, like the screen would you get that like the rain effect on the screen. Just little things. Like it's not a big game, but it's like they do little things, the subtle things like that to make you keep it interesting. I thought.
Yeah, I also doubling down on your visuals. I thought the views from space were cool. Like they did some like transitional things that it's like, hey, look, planets. I know what these are.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I think you and I kind of mentioned this too. You wrote actually a better way of putting it, but I thought the physics, like especially when you got like you said, the controls are good, or you are pretty intuitive. The physics started to feel very satisfying once you got the hang of it, because the way you actually control this thing, if someone is listening to this and didn't understand, you're this basically a ship, right? It's like this alien spacecraft that the way it's called it's run by a gravity drive essentially. So you have to get momentum by forcing gravity down on it, and then on the bottom of the valley let go as it picks up all that speed from you pulling it down with gravity and slingshots it up into the air. What I realized about this game, or why I started to feel more satisfied about it, is it reminded me of Arkham the Arkham Knight series, when you are on the hang, like when you glide.
Oh, okay.
When you glide and then you dip down to get that momentum to like keep yourself up in the air. So I was like by the end of it, that's all I was doing. I was just like like diving and then like picking myself up, like gliding, diving and diving. I was like, oh, this is nice. This is like it's a good feeling. So that was fun. That was fun to do. And there's a little bit of a story. Like, I mean, obviously we're talking about this mystery, but it is there's some sort of story that's happening in the background.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What anything else you want to bring up before we?
I do want to say that, and I think you touched on it kind of there with your diving and gliding and diving and gliding. The experience ends up feeling very zen.
Yeah.
Like once you get into the vibe of it, like you're rolling and flying through these alien environments, and you've got the wind and the rain, and it's just very like you can kind of lose yourself in the atmosphere and the simplicity of the game.
Absolutely. Simple game, but it felt good. It felt good. So yeah, let's get into what we didn't like then, if that's
yeah. I've got some thoughts.
Yeah.
The game starts, it was boring. I was like, what? The game's starting up and it's like half explaining things. Yeah. It's got like half a plot, and I'm like, give me a plot or don't give me a plot. I don't know. Sort it out.
Yeah.
It bothered me.
The mystery of it, while sometimes it was intriguing, I'm still like, what the heck is going on? Every once in a while you get flashed of like these astronauts, and then every once in a while you'll get flashed like I think the planet Jupiter, and you're just like, okay, there's all these subliminal messages going on. And yeah, I had that same feeling with the beginning of the game, like, where am I going? What is my motivation? What am I doing here? But they did a decent enough job to give you that visual cue of the light, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's the one thing that looks different from everything else. I remember early on, especially as I was trying to get used to the controls, I kept holding down the gravity button, or like so then like as I was trying to go up a hit or a dip, it would bring me back down, and I thought the game was like forcing me to go in a particular direction. I was like, where am I going? Like I just got lost for a bit. I was like, wait, I'm doing it wrong. So it's like, let me just back up and try this again. So, um, yeah. So there was that part of it that was just getting confusing, and then like I'd say halfway through my playthrough, there was this other object that like sort of showed up, and you were following it, and I was just thinking in my mind is like, is this like a Wall-E story where like there's another robot that you're trying to chase after, or whatever it is, like another spaceship that you're trying to chase after, but I don't know, that didn't work out either, so I'm not sure. I didn't get that far.
The objectives I put down are vague at best, and I agree. I really didn't understand the point of it. Now, having played other video games and knowing that when you have a beacon, it creates a bright light that you need to head towards, like objective marker wise, like I guess that worked out.
Yeah,
but there are no enemies. There's no combat. And as far as I can tell, there's not really any action. Like there's just this roll and hop and fly and roll and fly and that's it.
Yeah, it's a very simple game. As I was playing through it, I haven't played this game personally, but I was thinking about those games like Flower and Journey, where I don't think they necessarily have any combat and whatnot in them, but it's trying to tell you a story by navigating you through their particular worlds. So
yeah, this is very clearly lives in that space of like game as art,
right?
That Journey and Flower and Flow and all these things live in.
I think the one thing that kind of like Journey and Flower have over this is that you actually have somewhat of a protagonist. Like, Journey has the character and Flower. Okay, Flower is an object. Like this is you're just a ball that can kind of morph into things. I mean, I get it's a spaceship or a spacecraft. It's like, I don't feel a connection in that way. I feel the connection of like the movement and how the game starts to feel like, okay, you're getting somewhere. Like there's that progression, but like I don't feel any sort of connection with what's going on yet. So I don't know, but that's what I have for my dislikes. Anything else that you wanted to bring up there, Tom?
I had one more little point that bugs me, which is that the game is constantly going. There's no like pauses for dialogue. There are no logical breaks in the experience. It's just moving. It's just moving you through the experience constantly. And for me, that makes it very hard to play this thing and take my notes.
Yeah.
Because I take notes while I'm playing the games that we play. And this was a very challenging one because, I mean, I guess you could just let go of the buttons, which is what I did.
Yep.
And then stuff happens or doesn't happen. Doesn't really matter. I can take my notes while the ball rolls, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Your ball just kind of does its thing because of physics or whatever.
It keeps going or not going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but if that's that, any other thoughts then for you about this game?
So after a full hour of playing this game, I'm still not sure what the game is about.
Well,
but I think this is on purpose. Right? Like it's definitely diving hard into the mystery aspect. So
absolutely.
But Chris, it sounds like you might have some silver lining for me.
There absolutely is a silver lining here. This game, according to How Long to Beat, across the board, like even if you try to get all the achievements and completions, stuff like that.
What could those be?
I don't know. I did get it. I did get an achievement somewhere, but it takes you 2 hours.
Oh,
2 hours.
So I'm halfway there.
You're halfway there, just like the Bon Jovi song. So, and this game does have Xbox Cloud saves. You do have Play Anywhere. You got you can play it on the cloud, on Game Pass, on mobile, and stuff like that. So, you can bang out that other hour any which way you want. Basically, is what I'm trying to say, Tom.
From the sound of it, I think I can guess what your keep it or trash it is.
Well, let's get into it, aren't we, Tom? Are we going to keep this game or let it drift off into space?
Well, I'll let this end on what I expect to be a high note, and I'll go first.
Okay. But before we get to that, we wanted to let you know about our spectacular sponsor, Winner Winner. Winner Winner is a live arcade claw machine game available on Android and iOS, and it's 100% skill-based. Trust me, if you see me play my games, you know I'm not that great, and I still have won games on my first try. There's hundreds of prizes, even featuring gaming merch from Nintendo. Pick your prize from choices in your particular game, or bank your earnings with tickets to redeem any other prize you want from their wide selection. And for all you lovely people listening or watching our show, you can get bonus tokens on your first app token purchase. Download and create your account, then use the link in the episode's description to enter promo code WHATITDO after you sign in. Check it out. It's clawsome.
So I started bored, then moved into curious, but I'm still not curious enough to continue unless this game changes like radically in how it plays, and I'm sure it doesn't. Now, that said, there's only one more hour left to go, and if somebody is going to play that other hour, he can tell me how it ends.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's the thing. I think one more hour. I think I'm just going to keep it and just bang that hour out, because why not? Like it intrigued me enough. Once I got the hang of the controls and stuff like that, it felt nice to just kind of traverse through these planets, and hopefully they give some sort of answer at the end. Hopefully it's not like the 12 minutes ending. I don't know if you played that game, but that was disturbing. No. So let's hope it's not like that. But yeah, I'm going to keep this game. I'm going to give it that one more hour, because why not? It's just one more hour of a game that we probably hate anyway. So, why not?
Well, I want you to tell me if the game changes at all. Like if they add any more mechanics, or maybe all of a sudden decide to implement a story, or or it becomes a completely different game in the last hour.
Yeah, right. All of a sudden, it's like a Metal Gear Solid game or something like that. It's like, wait, what? What happened?
You get off the spaceship, and it turns into a completely different game.
Well, I mean, I will let you know. I'll be sure to let you know, and the folks that are listening as well know. But those are our thoughts. Let us know what you think of this game. Follow us and say hello on Twitter at TC1H1D, or shoot us an email at TC1H1D@outlook.com. Check out our next streams on Twitch at twitch.tv/1H1D. And if you're watching this podcast on YouTube, send us a comment down below, and we'll try to read and respond to those. So that's what we'll try and promise to. But 1H1D is part of the QTV network, and if you like gaming podcasts, be sure to check out Quit the Build, a weekly gaming news podcast, and they're streaming on TikTok too now. So them and other streamers out there on the lineup, check them out at quitthebuild.com/network. Yeah. Oh, Tom.
There's one more thing we got to do before we go, isn't there?
There is. There absolutely is. We got to find out what we're playing next.
And for 102.
For 102. So, Tom, here we go. Let's find out what the surprise me button has in store for us now. Here we go. Okay. Well, we're going to the zoo again, Tom, because it's called Let's Build a Zoo, not Zoo Tycoon, from way back when. Oh my gosh, are we like basically resetting? Was that the second episode that we did? No, it wasn't the second. That was the fourth episode.
It would be funny if we had played Zoo Tycoon 2 for 102. But.
Yeah, it would have been great. But Let's Build a Zoo looks like a mix of Zoo Tycoon / Stardew Valley with the art style. So we'll find out how that is and report back to you fine folks. So thank you everyone for tuning into this episode, and we will catch you on the next one.
Thanks, everybody.